She was mad at him. Okay guys, welcome to episode 4 of Delicious in Dungeon. I'm ready to get going, but as a quick recap of last episode, we learned a little bit more about Laos. Had some... Honestly, it was just a fun little adventure of them trying to deal with a armor who happened to be mollusks that they were able to eat. It was very much... it gave me D&D vibes throughout that whole episode, and I see a lot of inspirations here. I know some of you guys commented that she is a big Dungeons & Dragons fan, as well as Baldur's Gate, so yeah, you can definitely see the inspiration just by the complexity of the monsters, the different situations, how you tackle them. This person knows what they're talking about. So, fun episode last episode. This episode, we'll see if they get any closer to finding their sister, or if that's going to be the longer term journey here, that maybe at the end of the journey is when they find the sister. But for now, let's go ahead and get started and see what happens this episode. Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do. He seems out to eat anything, so I guarantee when they run into an undead, he wants it. Huh. He's going to want to eat those things, and there's no way they're going to get the party to eat undead. There's probably something living on them. Whether it's a plant or a creature that lives on them. You can make bone meal. There is a way. So he uses golems to farm. Oh. Does he control it? Oh no, he just gets their attention so he can get up on them. He creates them. So after he gets the plants, he puts it, I guarantee he puts it back in them. That's how he plants. Okay. He takes their core, he plants, harvests, whatever he's doing, and then he puts it back in them, and then they get back up, and he leaves. I guarantee you that's what he does. He does crop rotations and everything. What's crazy is they all took their armor off to do all this, and Laos just keeps wearing armor so he can do manual labor tasks. He's so inspired by him. He just does what he wants. He lives the life he wants to live. He lives it to the max. I think he's going to have to change, though, because I think Marcel, She isn't some dollar store. She's useful. That's the fertilizer. Yeah, they were human. Oh, human fertilizer. So he does that. A great migration happens. He's such an inspirational figure. He does have like a druid or a druid mindset about things, or like a even kind of like a wood elf mindset of living off the land, or truly living off the land, but then giving back to it and giving proper respect, all that sort of stuff. She just doesn't want to eat more monster stuff. Criminals. Wait, what just happened? What? These bugbears? Oh, orcs, okay. So he knows that. Oh, okay. Bro, they're just killing everyone. So they migrated up, kind of like just exactly what Kenshi was talking about earlier, running from the dragon. He did it all for bread. What a barbaric face. They just put him in this little gate with the chickens. He's a psychopath. Like, he's just as much, if not more, of a psychopath than Laos is. Yeah, well, he's talking about their crimes. Essentially, War crimes. They're just trying to make bread. Even Senshi was mad at him. Yeah, he likes the fiery argument. So if they're like calm and peaceful, they don't know how to respond or interact. So they're gonna make him a full meal. I think after cooking them, maybe they're gonna do a teach a. It's very. You know what? Earlier in this episode, they were talking. You know, it was the vegetables they got from the golems. I'm wondering if they're going to actually teach them how to farm and cultivate themselves. Gotcha. So they left him the vegetables. Didn't teach him how to cultivate, but hey, still works. They were able to get out of it. Okay, there was episode 4 of Delicious in Dungeon. This one was a good one. We got a lot more about him being, you know, about... we learned a lot more about Senshi, or Kenshi, sorry. And what he's been doing this whole time. He's literally been cultivating the easier floors and using them to farm. Specifically with the golems as far as farming, but then living off the creatures, the smaller creature, weaker creatures that are in those upper floors. We got a little bit more understanding of how it's just like a normal ecosystem we deal with in nature out, you know, in this world where different habitats, people, different creatures moving. If this creature disappears, then these ones grow, and if these ones grow, it attracts other ones. Kind of like that whole system, the circle of life, right, that goes on, and how creatures migrate. They deal with a similar thing. They cultivate it ultimately with the hope of keeping the top normal land outside of the dungeon safe, as well as how it progressively moves down. I'm assuming the dragon is towards the bottom, maybe not the very bottom, but down low. But yeah, so they ran into the orcs, they farmed, they learned about how he's been farming, and he's actually been taking care of everything, which is fun. How he's keeping the rest... He's literally maintaining the restrooms like a janitor and using that for his farming fertilizer, which is interesting. Good stuff there. Just a little bit of world building, honestly, with how the ecosystem works, and then tying into the orcs. Got a little bit of a backstory just through their arguing about how orcs used to be on top land but were pushed down into the dungeons. So a little bit of backstory about the elves and the humans and the orcs and how society used to work. Who knows how long ago that was, whether this has been something that's happened over generations now, like this is a generational thing that they've been down in the dungeons, or if it was really not that long ago that they did it. So they found actually more thing about it, they found the dungeon not that long ago. I can't remember how long ago, though, it was, whether it was like 10 years or 50 years or something like that. So they couldn't have been down there very long then, because they went in after they had already, the villagers discovered the dungeon in the first place. So the orcs couldn't have been there very long. So they must have had recent conflict. Like maybe that's what they were dealing with prior to the dungeon and adventures and stuff, is they were just at war with orcs and stuff at the time. But cool stuff. A really good world building, lore building episode here. And then obviously, it's just fun. I love Marcel. I love how she interacts. She's funny. I love Laos. Really, they're all great. At this point, I think Chilchuck might be the most normal one, because at the end of the day, Marcel's still a goofball. She's rational, but she's still a goofball. When Chilchuck seems to be, he's the more straight, like he's he's not as silly, but he's not insane either. but yeah, Kenshi's insane. Laos is insane. Marcel's a goofball. Chilchuck seems to be the straight man here. So, other than that, this was a fun episode. They were given instructions, so I'm wondering if they're going to be finding the dragon here soon. Could be wrong. Maybe that's an endgame thing, but they're being pointed in the right direction, and they were directly pushed out. The orcs were directly pushed out because of the dragon, which implies to me that they're actually pretty close to the dragon. But we'll see. I would like to for them to meet, or I would like for them to save Philin. Is it Philian or Philin? Whatever. Phelan. Maybe it's Phelan or Philian. I'd have to relook at it, but I want to see them save his sister. I want to see how, if she gets integrated into the group and how she interacts, her personality. That'll be fun. But other than that, let's go ahead and move on. But for now, if you could please like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate that. I love to read your guys' comments. So other than that, you guys have a great one. See ya. Bye.